Jeez. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Conversation with the Risktaker. And today we've got a special guest in the building, my brother, Trap Law Ross.
What's good, man?
What you saying,
Outside.
bro? What you saying, fam? Everything good?
Good, yeah, everything's great, bro. I mean, out here, man.
Hey, listen, we're in LA right now. That's why you don't see the boss. You get what I'm saying? Don't think we've started a whole new thing where the boss is out of here. No, we're still around. But we're in LA right now. You get what I'm saying? Los Angeles, California. What's it like to be out here, bro?
Oh, it's good, man. The weather's good, people are good, friendly, vibes, motivating. I love it out here.
That's good, man. That's good. Cool. Now we've got introductions out the way. I'm going to start this with how I start every interview, which is, where did you get your name from, bro?
Ross is my real name. It's my real government first name. And I used to have a different name on YouTube that I will keep secret, but it was just super lame fake name. Definitely wasn't trying to use my real full name. So when the hip hop stories kind of took off, like I had a couple videos that were going viral before I switched the name up, but I was literally brainstorming different names, like what could I do? And the name comes from, it's trap law, it's folklore from the trap. So like from the streets, from trap music, from hip hop, folklore, and I'm Ross. And I just thought like the three words of three letters was kind of hard. Trap law Ross, like prints nicely. So that's kind of where it comes from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So where are you from?
I was born in Croydon and I grew up in Bognor Regis.
And Bognor Regis is where?
It's like right by the south coast, like nearish Brighton.
Okay.
Like Sussex,
Portsmouth
kind of way.
What's it like down there? Like Bognor Regis is, because I reckon 80%, 90% of the audience won't have a clue what Bognor Regis is. Dead, yeah. Nothing going on.
Zero going on. Nothing ever going on.
Is it? Yeah?
Ever.
Like you like if Future comes to town, he's not coming to Bognor Regis.
Isn't going nowhere near Bognor Regis. Nowhere near Bognor Regis. Ever. The most we ever had when I was a kid, there was an Eminem tribute. Eminem impersonator that went off. I think the guy's name was like E3. When I was a kid, I remember being a youth into all the hip hop, all Eminem, and the Eminem impersonator pulled up to Bognor Regis, and it was lit. It was lit. That was like Rolling Loud back in the day for me.
So how old was you at the time?
Man, when the Eminem impersonator came to town, how old would I have been? That would have been like Without Me times maybe, I want to say like 02, 03, probably like 9, 10. Yeah,
so what you was into hip hop in that them times there?
Yeah, fully. Ever since I was a kid, because like my older brothers, one of them was a rapper, one of them used to make beats, and I used to just be like, just in awe of what they were doing ever since I was a kid. So I only ever listened to hip hop. Never. And
they was listening to like the beats and whatever they was making was hip hop beats and that.
Yeah. So they were into UK and US rap. So like your Jay-Z, DMX, Eminem, Wu-Tang, all of that kind of stuff. But then also UK stuff that like, Skinny Man, Jess, like that kind of stuff as well. So like it was mad diverse, but it was just all hip hop. I never listened to anything else.
Yeah, like in life you never listened to nothing else. So
maybe a young Ed Sheeran here and there.
Yeah. But that was obviously later on in life because he popped in like what I don't know, when did he pop?
When did Ed Sheeran pop?
But he would have popped in our teen years at least. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'd have been a bit older when Ed Sheeran was on, but before that, I'm not trying to listen to anything that isn't rap ever.
Is it? Yeah,
never.
Okay.
Even now.
So would you say that your brothers put you onto? That's what you basically just said, didn't you? Your brothers put you onto hip hop.
Yeah, fully, 100%.
So what was the first kind of hip hop that you was listening to? That yourself
would have been probably like Jay-Z, Nas, bit of Wu-Tang, like 36 Chambers, Cash Rules Everything Around Me. I just remember like vinyl records. Like they had a little lab, like a studio that they'd set up, with just hella vinyl records of just like all old raucous records, Wu-Tang, Jay-Z, DMX, Nas, and I would just spin them like when they weren't around, and I would listen to what they were doing and listen to them make beats. But mainly the American stuff is what I was more interested in. I remember going on a school trip once and like going off to the HMV and buying, I think Jay-Z. What tape was it? What album was it? It was, I think it would have been Volume 2. But just being a kid, going and buying this and going back to like the school bus and people being like, what is that? Like, I'm like, it's Jay-Z. Like,
was no one else around your circumference understanding like what hip hop and that was?
Primary school, 0 people. And then secondary school, there's like one other kid, my boy Freddie, who was into hip hop as well. And just me and him were just like the little hip hop bros, but basically no one. Okay. Basically no one you could think of that was into hip hop. Like me and him had like a real good bond, and we're still friends to this day, mainly over music, really.
What about your parents and that? Like did they understand hip hop? Like, because if you're saying that your brother and that was into it, maybe they was pushing, like maybe your brothers was pushing your parents to hear it here and there. So by the time it got to you probably already, like your parents would already know, oh, that's that hip hop stuff. Or,
yeah, like I remember being in the car and they would be playing stuff like we'd go on family holidays. My brothers would be like playing Jay Dilla in the car or something random, and my parents would just kind of accept it. My dad used to like a few, like when Snoop Dogg, when Drop It Like It's Hot was popular, my dad used to love that.
So
I think it was a banger. I just love Snoop Dogg. But like, I don't know, it was a mixture because I was younger. Like there was a period when they were like, oh, there's too much swearing, too much violence. They like took all my CDs away from me for a bit and was like, you can't listen to this anymore. It's peak. Like,
that was kind of like me, yeah, because obviously my mom's Christian and that, yeah. So like, but my dad, like, he didn't give a toss. So he was listening to like all the maddest, the Locks, Jay-Z, DMX and that. And then like, I'll try to play that around my mom. She wasn't hearing it. So like, I can kind of relate to like parents not even understanding, like, bro, this has got too much swearing, too much derogatory themes and that. You get what I'm saying? So like, cool. So you grew up, your parents started to kind of accept it, but they thought it was a bit mad, but blah, blah. Cool. So how did you get into like reporting on it then, or like reporting about the things? Because that's interesting, obviously, because everyone's story, for example, like when 50 Cent came out, you probably go and research and find out what happened, blah, blah, but what made you think, I want to report about this kind of thing? Or what was you doing before? Let's stay, sorry, forget that question. Let's get before you started to like report about it and that, like what made you think to even report about it and stuff?
Well, I wanted to be a rapper, so I was making tunes since I was like 9 years old, like in my brother's studio, making a little song with my friends. Always wanted to be a rapper, made music, like made a few music videos. It was dead. No one was trying to hear it. No one was trying to hear me rap. But
so wait, are they still on YouTube?
Nah, been taken down.
Did you take them down?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Been taken down, for sure. But basically, I was making music that weren't really going anywhere, but I kind of got good with a camera, started getting into filmmaking and stuff. And like even my brothers were doing like music videos for their tunes. I got into shooting videos for rappers, like a few rappers around Brighton, a couple rappers in London, basically for no money or very minimal money. But like I just wanted to be in the scene. I wanted to be shooting rap videos and editing rap videos and like in the game. So I was doing that, and then eventually that was paying me nothing, didn't really go anywhere. My music wasn't going anywhere. I started doing corporate videos, so like videos for businesses or like my universities and stuff, making their
What kind of videos was you doing for them?
Like promotional videos, like a little advert for them to run on Instagram.
Okay,
or like,
yeah.
You know, testimonial videos, stuff like really boring stuff, but also like it was paying the bills, and then the rap videos weren't. But in the midst of that, I dabbled in a bit of like stand-up comedy. I used to do a little like open mics in London and stuff, and like improv and stuff.
Was you any good at that?
Nah. I had a couple good sets and a couple terrible sets. But I did it. Is the important thing. I wanted to do it. I got up there. Like I wrote my jokes. Got up there. I did my thing. I probably performed like a dozen times in different clubs in London. But through that, I got to meet other comedians, and we started doing comedy skits, putting those on YouTube. Again, they weren't really going nowhere, but it was just trying different stuff out. I was doing reactions to music videos, like reaction to Skepta music video dropping or whatever. Wasn't going nowhere. And then just eventually the content evolved and went in different directions. And when I started doing the hip hop stories, telling stories that I was personally interested in and knew about, that just took off like very quickly, very organically, because I think people could just see the passion. The stories were interesting. I definitely wasn't the first person doing the sort of hip hop online music documentary, but I think the passion that I brought to it and the level that I took it to, as far as going deep into the content, into the backstory, making jokes, giving people a product that was very different to what had been out there before, it just really resonated with people. And I was fortunate enough at that point, like I immediately had a career, and then I just went all in on that straight away.
Cool. So where did you get the confidence to be so front facing? Because you was basically saying that you was like rapping, stand-up comedy, etc. So you've been on it. Like bare people need to pluck up the courage to be able to do that. So where did you get the courage from to say, I don't mind being in front of the camera at all? Like,
yeah, that's a good question. Probably partly my brothers, because like they would always record and have fun, and they were never shy to like make a beat and play it to a room full of people, or like rap in front of people, or freestyle or whatever. So they gave me the confidence to feel like I can speak out, I can rap, I can talk, I can make a video, I could touch the stage. You know, I'd done the odd little open mic rapping cypher type thing, and like it's scary, but then you do it and you're like, yeah, I can do that. That's definitely part of it. I think also for me, just deep down, I've always felt like if you want to get somewhere in life, you got to put your face out there. You got to put yourself, you know, you got to take risks. You got to actually make yourself uncomfortable. And you know, me just being behind the scenes kind of person because I was uncomfortable. Like doing comedy was probably one of the best things that happened to me. It just kills your, well, it kind of kills your ego. It kills your fear of public speaking. You know, you're still alive after. I've had terrible sets where no one laughs, and you come off stage and you're like, I'm still here. It's calm, really. That kind of makes you way not scared of anything, because then before you're shitting yourself like, bro, how's this gonna go? I don't know, like I gotta get on the stage, I gotta tell you how they're gonna laugh. After you've died a couple times on stage, it's kind of like, well, I just shoot a video, mess around, be funny, take my shirt off, whatever, like do some funny shit to make people laugh. For the content, it's not really that deep at that point. So I would say all of those things. But for me, deep down as well, like I wanted to put myself out there. I wanted to like be the face of something and like carry my own brand and develop something that people knew me for.
Cool. What was the first one that you said that you'd think kind of hit?
Jay-Z shooting his brother when he was 12.
Is it?
Yeah, that one went crazy. Straight away, just organically, like 20,000 views in a couple of days. And at the time, I'd never seen views on anything. I was just like, whoa, like how? So
who influenced you, like coming into this thing?
So on the hip hop side, obviously people like DJ Vlad, the Academics, Adam 22, like the hip hop media broadcasters, even Charlemagne back in the day. Just as far as voices, people that spoke on hip hop and people wanted to listen, like good broadcasters in this new media space. But from before that, I was very inspired by like documentary filmmakers. Louis Theroux was a big influence as far as him going into these like, you know, gang strongholds or like going into prisons. I always thought that was really fascinating. There's a BBC documentary maker called Adam Curtis who does a lot of documentaries just with purely voiceover and stock footage, really a lot of historical stuff, and that really inspired me just as far as like using footage to really tell a story and help people follow what's going on and showing people the real events that happened. And you know, people like Michael Moore from like Fahrenheit 9/11, like people that really helped communicate like very complex topics and stories and history in videos that were really stylish and well edited. Charlie Brooker as well, who did Black Mirror, like he did a lot of kind of documentary TV style stuff.
Is it?
Talking about the history of television and stuff like that. That was just people that take clips and then turn them into a bigger thing with their own personality and their own voice and their own ideas and their own research. Like that's what really inspired me. People
and what you noticed that back in the day, like you noticed that's what people are doing. And did you make a conscious effort into doing this? Like,
well, for me, it was more like, obviously I've watched a lot of films and I was always like a fan of films, but I got to a certain point where I feel like when YouTube really took over, either like documentaries or YouTube was more interesting to me because I was learning about stuff that happened in real life. I don't really watch fiction anymore these days. I don't really be watching like random shows about made up stuff.
Yeah, same.
I just want to look. I want to know real stuff that's happened, things that I'm interested. I want to learn things, and I think that for me, there was only a select few shows back in the day when I was a kid that I could watch that I felt like actually told really interesting stories about real life and showed you clips and showed you first this happened and that's why this is important, and then here's what this happened, like this is important. So those things just really inspired me. I was just a fan of those things, and then when it came to making my own stuff, it kind of came naturally to me in the sense that, you know, the first time I made an 1.5 hour video was kind of an accident. I was doing the Many Beasts of 6ix9ine, and it was just, there was so much interesting stuff, and I'm like, this happened, let me give you more context, and before you know it, you're like, damn, this is like a movie, like I made a whole movie here. And that was when I kind of realized like this can be bigger than just videos. They're real, these are like, you know, real deep dives.
Yeah. All right, cool. We got the formalities out the way. Now I have questions. But basically, the reason, remember, we linked up bro, I don't even know how long ago that was. Over a year ago, yeah.
A couple of years, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, basically, yeah. Watch this, and basically, when we was going everywhere, we went New York, when we did everything. Yeah, I noticed everyone was asking about King Von and that blah blah blah. So I was like, yo, I want to save the interview until you've done different things, because. Like what I noticed about other people that I was interviewing, was they kind of didn't know much about like they're just going with the name, like, oh, everyone loves him on YouTube, I want to interview him, blah blah, and then they're just coming with the same King Von culture vulture type thing. And I was sitting in some of these interviews with you, falling asleep, like, bruv, come with some original questions, bro. Or it was just getting repetitive because everyone wanted to speak about Von. I don't want to speak about Von. However, we have a new person. Okay. It's Durk. We have a new person.
It's time.
It's time, and we haven't. And not a lot of people have kind of spoke to you about this Durk situation because it's only been out not too long. You get what I'm saying? Now, first of all, did you know you always wanted to do a Durk story, or was it something that obviously because of what's happened you thought, you know what, let me just do one?
I've been wanting to do a Durk story for a couple of years now. When I did the Von story, the plan originally I was going to do Von, Youngboy, Durk as like a trilogy of like their full life story, but then also like really clearing up the deep, dark rumors about them. The Von story was always, did he kill these people? When I started that project, the plan wasn't, I'm going to put a serial killer jacket on him just because that will get loads of attention. It was like, let me answer the question, is Von really a killer? That's the debate. That is the debate about him. There's people that, Gunner, the debate about Gunner right now is he a snitch? I don't know if I agree with that, but that was the debate about Von. Did he really have bodies? He said he did. And the point of that video was I'm going to work that out. And in the course of that, I realised it's looking like he's got 7 bodies and it's a series of killings that he's confessing to. So that was that. When I did the Youngboy one, that essentially was... real killer or fake gangster. The whole point with that, it was the same thing that I did with Von, but for Youngboy, and really the result was Youngboy didn't really kill anyone. You could make an argument that maybe he dropped bags on people and paid for people to be assassinated, but you can't say that he up the pole and killed somebody, any of these people, right? So I'm a massive fan of Youngboy. That video was like a whole life story for him, but the crux of the video was basically like he didn't do that. And then the Durk video, I wanted to do a Durk life story video, but to be honest, I actually did feel at the time there wasn't. It's not that there wasn't enough, but it was almost like there wasn't an angle. I ended up doing the Quando video instead. So I did the full video on Lil Tim and Quando and the beef in Savannah, and then how they ended up beefing with Chicago. That was kind of like, I kind of did this trilogy. I swapped out the Durk thing and didn't do that. But then when Durk's Murder for Hire dropped with Lil Pab, which I'd been broken down in the Quando video, but in that video it was more from Quando's perspective, but it was also very obvious that Durk had organized this from his lyrics, making fun of Quando, right? I know people don't like hearing that, but it's like Durk was pushing the narrative that like, yo, we kind of did that,
man.
You know what I mean?
You know you're my guy, bro. But bro, you was hurting my feelings in the Durk one, fam. It's too soon, fam. Wait, let me explain my thoughts. I want to debate about this because I know you don't think you did anything wrong with the Durk one. However, wait, I have facts. I don't know where the facts are. I can't see that. You put out the documentary about Durk, 69 days.
69 days is crazy.
69 days. 69 snitched. So that's a bit of a... well, anyway, listen.
All connected.
69 days away from when he got arrested, yeah? Now, I feel it is a bit mad to put potential murders on someone who hasn't had their day in court yet, bruv. King Von, I was with you. Like, anyone that was coming to me about the King Von thing, I was saying, bruv, King Von's dead. Rest in peace. You know, God rest his soul, whatever. King Von's not here to face any consequences for anything he did. Cool. We're putting out rumors. We're putting out whatever, blah, blah. We're trying to see what King Von, like, if he says what he did. However, with Durk now, he's trying to fight the charges, and you're kind of not helping the police, but it's not helping Durk.
Durk's not helping himself with all them lyrics.
I understand, but
this is the thing.
Encrypted.
What have I brought to the table that wasn't already out there on Billboard charting projects?
What you brought to the table is understanding. That's what you brought to the table. So not everybody knows, not everybody understands or knows. Not necessarily all these people that's looking at the case are going to understand and know exactly what you understand. You understand more because you've been researching this for years. So have they. Yeah. However, you understand more because 1, you'll hear a 1 and 2 from people that's around, and 2, you like, I don't know, man. You're in the culture more, but you understand what's going on out here.
I know, that's why it's so crazy that he's put it all out there, because I haven't conjured up anything that didn't exist. These rumors, and bear in mind, people are, okay, 69 days from him getting arrested, but these rumors been around since 2020. Him being rumored to be involved in FBG Duck's murder, been around since it happened. He's basically, like, his brother's named in the indictment. He's nearly named. He's getting sued by Duck's family. So it's like, what, I can't talk about that? That's legal paperwork. That's been having headlines of Duck being involved in that. So we'll tick that one off, right?
Wait, we're not ticking yet.
That's 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago. 5 years ago, they said that he was involved in because D-Thang is involved in the case, which is proven that he is. That's not Durk. He's being sued by the people, but fam, that doesn't mean anything, fam. That he's been sued about the old block case. His name is not involved in the case.
What should have ducked all about then?
It was not the smartest thing to do. It's not the smartest thing to do. I agree. No, hear me. I have to put it out there as well. I think Durk was definitely self-stitching too. I agree. But I'm saying, you put in this lyric equals this, and this may equal this, could potentially taint the jury against him.
Nah, he's tainted the jury himself. My video ain't even got as many streams as his actual albums. These are Billboard charting albums. So we're talking about oh, they wouldn't have worked it out. These are songs that have been analyzed to death already.
How do you know?
What do you mean, how do I know?
How do you know they've been analyzed to death already?
Billboard.com.
That doesn't mean they've been analyzed to death.
You're telling me if a project sells 130,000 units,
yeah,
it's not getting analyzed?
No, it can be analyzed by the fans. It doesn't necessarily mean...
Fed's been analysing this. Someone's working in an office right now in the FBI building listening to Durk's album.
Yes,
went on another level to me. They're going to catch stuff I forgot.
Yes, no. You know why I disagree? Because you understand more than them. You are embedded in the culture more than Sally, who works at the federal office, that is saying, yo, I think that slide means... Do you understand what I'm saying?
I feel like it's almost like I want to just be like, I appreciate the compliment, but like it doesn't really mean anything.
What, in terms of that?
It's just like, oh, but no, you just understand the culture so well. You have with great power comes great responsibility. You're so the culture that you shouldn't even talk on, like we'd be talking about. Everyone on Reddit's talking about Durk having these bodies for time before he got the invite.
However, Reddit is a gossip platform.
But I am a Reddit demon.
Yeah, no, that's cool, but then that means you're a gossip demon. But if you gossip, if you're putting gossip on your platform,
he's stoking the gossip.
Pause. Wait there. If you're putting gossip on your platform, which everyone has a responsibility.
No, but you're putting it all on me. So when
I'm not putting it all on you.
When the guys got killed for D-Thang and Lil Durk put on his Instagram story the OTF logo with for D-Thang, talking about the guys that just got killed, and then D-Thang's baby mama's got a picture of him with ESDG lick back in the background. They're all basically just like, yo, we're celebrating this murder. We did it. We got back for D-Thang.
No one said it specifically, though, is what I'm saying. You have decoded it. The
feds are gonna decode that, and that one's in the indictment for the Stefan Mac thing.
Yeah,
and again, I think people get it twisted. Bear in mind, I did all my research about this, and then like 4 or 5 days before we're about to drop, Durk's paperwork gets unsealed on that next murder for hire, and then suddenly it's like, oh, I had a bunch of this stuff already because I found the research myself, but here's a few new details from the indictment that I didn't have, and they're talking about snitches, and so we threw that in the video. But it's like that indictment had the Lil Durk post for D-Thang, his first Instagram post, so that proved I was right. Because it's like, oh, I'm independently trying to do my own research, and then the feds drop an indictment and unseal it on me, and then I can basically say like, oh, I got like a B+ compared to the indictment.
Yeah. No, I agree. No. Hear me as well. I'm not one of them people who's saying, oh my days, you're wrong for putting out this information. I just feel like some of the information that you're piecing together, not everybody knows this. Like, I feel like you are bringing some of it to the forefront. There definitely police are going to do the investigation. The Reddit's doing the investigation. The fans doing the investigation, 100%. But you are piecing it together. Like, you're grabbing all this.
I'm nice with it.
Huh?
I'm nice.
No, you are.
That's what I'm doing.
No. You're the best. You're the best at this. Like, you're the best. Like, no joke, bro. You are the best at this. So, but what I'm saying is that, and I agree with everything until we got to the Durk vid when it's like, oh my days, bro, let the man fight his case. I just feel like
but it's like now he wants to be let to fight his case. What about 2, 3, 4 albums worth of put the green light on him, go, got location? No, bruh.
No, I agree.
We did it. They know that we did it. Like, no.
Right, question: do you like Lil Durk?
I like Lil Durk as an artist. I think he's an incredibly talented artist. He seems like a very flawed man. I've never met him. Do I like him as a person? I actually would say I do like him as a person. He seems like a cool guy, a creative guy, a smart guy. And this is the thing. I'm not preying on his downfall. I'm just observing what's going on in the universe. I don't wish this upon him, but at the same time, there should be consequences for you having people killed.
You are preying on his downfall a little bit, bro, man.
Yeah, I'll get to that. But me as somebody, I'm doing well in doing what I'm doing. I'm making a bit of money. As Central C just said in his new song, I could possibly pay for somebody to get bun, right? Potentially. I could pay for someone to get hurt. Who fucking knows? But I wouldn't do that. That's not my principles. That's not my morals. I wouldn't
But wait,
happen.
that's because
I'm not from what he's from, so I don't know what it's like to lose my brother, lose my friend, lose
no
all these people.
no one has shot you, brother, fam. That brother that brought you into the music industry, no one's shot him, made 10 songs and laughed about it.
And I might slide if
that's what I'm
saying.
No, but I'm being serious though. On a serious though, go on.
If I slide, I might throw my life away, and I will be in the same position saying the same thing. And that's why I included in the documentary that very powerful speech from when Gilly and Wallow have him on $1 million worth of game, and they're basically saying like, look, you got to forgive. I had to forgive the person that killed my brother so that I can keep providing for my family. And Durk kind of brushed it off like, man, it's crazy. But that was a really powerful, reachable moment that missed Durk, because the reality is, even though I've not experienced it, the right thing to do would be to be there for your family. For the position that Durk's got in life, I know it's easy to be like, yeah, but if someone killed your brother and Von, you would slide. Sure, but also, as a society, we can't just say like, yeah, but you know, we're just going to let murders happen. We're just going to, you're going to be allowed to murder for hire. And bear in mind, Lil Pap had nothing to do with the beef. Innocent bystander that's got caught up in this thing, lost his life. Lil Pap had done nothing but troll a little bit on Twitter and on Clubhouse, right? He wasn't there when Von was killed, didn't have nothing to do with it. He was just talking shit. He didn't deserve to die, right? So
Agreed.
This is realistically, this whole, we're going to bring the gang war into the industry and pay money and have people shot, and we're going to fly around on private jets and have people killed. Durk's the first person ever in history to slide on a private jet, and that's facts. This is not a good precedent, and if Durk really did these things, he's going to have to sit down, he's going to have to be out of society. And I'm not saying that I don't like the guy, or I don't admire his music, or I don't respect him, or that I don't hope he gets a fair trial. And if he really didn't do this and he can prove that he would get his freedom back, but it's not, from just my opinion, the evidence I've seen, it's not looking good, and it's looking like Lil Durk was a danger to the community, and very well may have been at least one innocent person who's lost their life getting caught up in this thing. And again, look, I know we're all fans of Lil Durk, and it's like, oh, it's too soon, it's all of this stuff, and it's too soon, but when the charges dropped, CNN, Fox, all these pages that he's a big famous celebrity rapper, everyone reported on him being locked up.
Yeah, reported.
No, but they're getting the lyrics from the indictment. They're putting in the lyric from, he got green light, location, go, go, go. They're putting these things out there and distributing this information. I just so happen to have more information to distribute. Yeah, I'm good at what I do. I'm really tapped into the scene. But it's not really any different. We're going to be talking about Durk for the next 2 years, and it's probably not going to be looking good for him. There might be even more murders that get connected to him that I didn't even manage to crack. And at the end of the day, I'd always stand on what I do, and I think that just like, yeah, Durk needs to have his opportunity to fight his case, the public have an opportunity to say, yo, I think this guy might be murdering people in the community. This guy's talking on songs that have hundreds of thousands of sales about, we drop bags on people, we slide, we shoot the whole block up. You
see, you said that more murders that you wasn't able to crack. If there was a secret murder that someone come and told you, Lil Durk done 100%, yeah, would you put it in a documentary that nobody knows about? He hasn't hinted on it, nothing.
No, not if I can independently provide some proof for it. Because that's the thing, most things I say in my video.
But you're not providing proof though, you're providing rumours though, in some of it.
Yeah, but it's like, it's personal statements. That's the thing. I feel like sometimes people just getting mad into semantics with this, where it's like, yeah, well, you weren't there. You didn't. It's like people act like you have to have literally been stood next to the guy getting killed to even be able to say, like, bro, we can make an educated guess based on all these lyrics that, like, sounds like Durk was trying to tell us he had someone killed.
Definitely did.
Specifically Lil Pap, because he's saying go, no. He's saying the stuff from the footage of the guy getting killed. Again, it's just like, look, sometimes I know we love Durk and we want to find any excuse to stick up for him, but like, let's not be dumb. Like, let's not like just not use our brains. If the guy's jumping on the song, saying the stuff that he's saying, he wanted everyone to know that he slid for Von. He was tired of everyone saying slide for Von. He was going to the studio with all them OTF guys and saying like, yo, this song, you know that we did it. This is what we need to drop. Like, this is what we need to put out there. We need to let them know.
However, you roll with a few drillers, man. You do. Yes, you do.
Roll with a few drillers?
You be around a few people, unsavory characters.
Yeah, but I would never ask them to do anything.
No, I'm not saying you'd ask them, but what I'm saying is you roll with some of these Little Durk type people, or be around them at least. Not necessarily roll, but be around them, and obviously you're not participating at all in anything they're doing. But I'm just saying, like, be around them. Don't you feel like it's a bit of a hypocrisy to basically be like, yo, all these people who are doing the wrong thing deserve to go to jail? I do hear what you're saying, but I just feel like if you feel like these people should not be, like, for example, you probably wouldn't choose to roll with Lil Durk knowing that he's out here committing murder for hire, correct? You wouldn't choose to be around him.
Here's the thing, man. I've been around a couple of people that got bodies or whatever you want to say, right? In that moment, I'm not really there to judge them. If I'm meeting somebody that's got bodies, I'm probably not taking them to meet my mum the next day for a bit of supper around my crib, around my mama's crib, right? But at the same time, I'm just judging people based on what I'm getting from when I meet them. You know, most people I meet, they show mad love, mad respect. I'll show it back. I more just take people on face value of how they treat me, not necessarily what I've read on the interview. If I met Lil Durk and built a personal relationship with him, you know, I would probably like him, like the guy. At the same time, if I'm with people that are from the street life and they're telling me stuff that's going on the streets, I actually don't want to hear it. I'm saying, like, bro, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about no illegal stuff.
So if you'd have met Durk halfway into your, say you'd have met him and liked him halfway into your research, would you have still put the video out?
Put it this way: if I'd have met Durk and liked him halfway through my research, and I left it, and then he gets locked up, still happening.
You'd have still put it out.
If you were locked up for murder for hire, bear in mind, I didn't even do the video until Durk got arrested. I feel like, if anything, people want to have it both ways. If you want to come at me and say, oh, it's too soon, well, it's like, well, I could have done it before he even got locked up. Then you'd be saying I'm the snitch. But actually, charges came, even though we all knew that he'd done the little pab thing beforehand, because of the lyrics, because of this interview, because of that thing. You see him, and this is the thing, it's like, oh, the lyrics ain't enough. Look at him in that interview with DJ Academics where he's talking about, like, don't know why they don't say that no more. Must be the water. Like, he's claiming it. He is trying to be Von. Durk's trying to be Von in that moment.
Agreed. But you're deflecting. My question is, would you have, if you built a relationship with him and you got to know him and boom, boom, whatever, would you now have put the documentary out? He got the murder for hire, but this is your friend now. You're cool with him?
Put it this way, yeah? I'm cool with Spray. But Spray catches a crazy body and it's all over the media. Spray video might have to get run. And Spray's never told me anything illegal.
I don't reckon you're gonna do that, man. The reason I'm saying, because if
that was the hottest topic, if Spray M'd Central C, we're talking about it. You know for a fact, and you're talking about it, and he's talking about it, and bro. Adam's doing a video on it too.
Yeah, if Spray killing Central C. Yeah, I hear it. No, but I hear that. If
killing Quando Rondo's cousin by accident is crazy. Killing FBG Duck.
No, I understand.
Crazy. Man. So that's the thing. It's like,
nah, you would. I don't think you would have done that for Spray, fam. I don't think, because of the relationship you have with him. Obviously, it's different. If you know he's gonna get life for a crazy charge, blah blah. But if Spray asked you not to do that because he wants to fight his case and it's gonna not look good for him in court, I reckon you wouldn't do it. And if you're saying that you would wait there once again,
I would never. But prerequisite to that is I would never put out information that's not out there publicly. I don't do that.
No, but
my DMs are turned off.
No, I'm saying even if it was all that's out there, but remember, it still is painting a picture of the person. So
but Durk painted that picture for himself, and again, it's a different scenario because Spray ain't painted that picture.
Yes, he has.
Not like that, bro. The way Durk. Bro, this is the thing. People want to try and compare it, but it's like the way Durk was moving.
You said Spray. I didn't say Spray.
No, but I'm just saying as an example of something.
Let's use Twin S.
I'm friendly with him. Both Twin S.
Let's use Twin S. If that was Twin S,
Twin S definitely painted that picture for sure.
He painted that picture. If that was Twin S and Twin S phones you from a cell and says, "Bro, please, I hear you doing a documentary about me. Please don't put that out."
No, but
you're not putting it out.
You know what? I don't think Twin's saying that to me.
He's definitely saying that, bro.
I don't reckon.
Even if he's not saying that, the scenario has it, because Twin's never going to do anything illegal to go to jail. Yeah. So let's say the scenario has it that he has done something illegal. That is now sent him to jail, again, and he's about to go on trial.
If Twin does an absolute madness that we need to talk about, if Twin catches,
so you're saying
Twin M's off Central C,
yeah,
he's getting ran for sure, front page on every.
So you're saying that your relationship or friendship with him is based on what you can make from the situation.
No, that's crazy.
That's what you're saying.
No, that's crazy.
That's what you're saying.
No, not even.
You're saying that if you can monetize it.
No, it's not saying because I would monetize it. I'm saying that if what he does is so mental that it's front page news everywhere, then I'm going to talk about it. It's not about I'm monetizing it. It's about this. I'm in the media. We follow the stories that.
But there's bare stories. There's a lot of stories that.
But you haven't covered the biggest one.
No, that's
when
cool.
That happened. That was the craziest thing anyone had ever heard.
In hip hop media, yeah, cool. But what I'm saying is,
if Twin did a madness like that now, with what's going on.
But wait, pause.
It would be getting everyone would be talking about it.
Casanova had a whole RICO case with the Baby Stone Gorilla, not Baby. Yo, got them names. I don't know who your crew is.
He's man, I forgot the name.
So you know what I mean? The Gorilla Youths, yeah. Shout out you lot. You lot had a whole. Casanova had a whole case. You chose not to report on that. Maybe it wasn't big enough, more interesting enough.
I was personally interested in it, but it was just not the right timing. But I would have covered that.
But you didn't. That's my point.
Yeah, but I can't. No, but that's not an excuse because there's a million things you could say. I'd nearly cut. There's just. Time.
That's what I'm saying.
I would have loved to have covered it.
So what I'm saying is you could accidentally just miss the Twin one if he asked you. If Twin asked, I'm just saying if he was in jail for a mad thing, and asked you not to cover it, if you still would cover it.
No, but it depends on what it was because again, it's almost that thing of like. And I feel like you're trying to twist it to make it look like I'm disrespecting Twin, but I feel
it's not.
No, but Twin's a big man. No, that's what I'm saying. He's a big man. If he did I feel like the Central C one's just a good example. If he packed Central C, he knows that that's getting talked about. He's not even going to come saying like, bro, don't talk about this because he knows, bro, I've done an absolute madness. People are going to talk about this. This is what it's like. The only people trying to stop me are the people that ain't really doing that. And I would be surprised if even Durk is feeling some type of way because it's like, bro. I've been saying this.
Chill out.
I've been saying this.
Do you reckon you could go and link OTF in Chicago now?
Hell no.
There we go.
Hell no.
Why is that?
Because they're pissed.
There we go. So do you think Durk's not pissed?
No, but they're pissed. They're slightly pissed at themselves, really, because they've put this information out there, and then I'm airing it out even more. But they put it out there, and they can't put the genie back in the bottle, and it's unfortunate because they're going through what they're going through. The breadwinner is unfortunately being taken out of the game because the people around him were encouraging furtherance of the negative activity. And I'm just a lightning rod for it right now. But a lot of the people that said they were going to kill me after the Von thing kind of chilled up a little bit after a while.
And became cool.
For Durk. Because someone else, if another body gets put on Durk, someone else can make another thing about that. And it's just, then that's going to be, you're going to be pissed off at that guy that week. You're going to forget about me. I'm going to say something you like, or you're going to find a way where me and you're going to do some business and it's going to be worthwhile. And then you're going to want to talk to me. I don't know. It's just, I think even a Durk is conscious of the fact that, like, bro, I'm getting accused of a madness right now, and this is just what everyone's going to talk about. Even Diddy, I feel like Diddy's a great example because what you think Diddy's in jail thinking like, I can't believe they're talking about me being Jeffrey Epstein basically of the hip hop world.
Yeah, I get
Diddy's
that.
got to be like, this is a madness. Everyone's going to talk about this. How are we not talking about this? And Durk's thing's mental. Durk's thing took over Diddy's thing.
Yeah, I think you have good answers for these questions. I do think.
I'm battle tested, man.
You do have good answers, but I still do believe though. I still do believe if Twin S phoned you and said, "Please just skip this story out of a relationship."
No, but that happened. That happened. A rapper did that to me, and I basically said like, "Look, I can't just delete the whole thing, but like I'm gonna go a bit more lightly on you." Partly because also I was just kind of like, it's not really even relevant me putting that much of your business out there anyway. So that has happened, and that's.
So you did sway it for the artist.
Yeah, a little bit, but also because it just didn't feel like it felt like, oh, there's really these things that I'm touching on here. They're not front page news. They're not massive things. They're not relevant. And I would say every single story that I cover, there's a bunch of details that I find that are either too greasy to put out there, not verified enough. But it's like if you know, you know. Every video has probably got a couple bodies that I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to leave those on the shelf. I ain't got enough to prove it. That's too hot for this person. Ain't even really that connected to the madness. Like the K-Flock one's a good example because it's just like, bro, boomed someone in the middle of the day in the middle of the street on a camera. Bro, we were talking about that.
Yeah,
chatting about it.
That's obvious though. That was on camera though.
Bro, this on camera too. Dirk playing on the same day with the same man that did it.
Dirk is not on camera with doing nothing.
Bro.
No, hear me
Dirk's
though.
in the booth doing everything.
Yeah, hear me though. What I'm saying is obviously part of what I'm doing is because for the audience, bro. I understand, bro. I get it, bro. Like, don't ever think I'm sitting there like
math off of me.
Nah. Don't ever think I'm like, bro. I get what's going on here. I definitely did think the Dirk one was like, whoa, though. Like in general, it's cool, whatever in it. But the Dirk one, I did think blood. Like, yeah, but give him a second, fam.
But keep it real, yeah. You need to hit with the whoa. Like realistically, the Durk story. The woe. It's the same as the Von thing. It's not that you're trying to sensationalize everything. It's that like, bro, I sat down, I looked at all of these bodies, and I said, whoa, like six bodies you can connect to Durk, and not even like I didn't feel like, I'm stretching it. Every single one of those cases, there's a bunch of things where you can connect them. Durk's getting sued for the Duck murder. Yeah, okay, he was mentioned in the paperwork, and his brother passed away. But all of this stuff's connected, and I looked at it all and I said, whoa. And again, the thing that pisses me off a little bit, I'm not necessarily directing this at you, but sometimes I feel like people act, they're like, oh, there's not even anything, you've just put all this on him. I was like, bro, it's 4 hours, 15 minutes long, bro. I put it on him with the receipts. I got the receipts. They're there. 4 hours, bro. I'm not waffling. I'm not singing and freestyling for 4 hours, bro. I'm line by line. This happened. He said this. He said this. Can you believe he said this? Then he said this. Then this man said this. Then Brick said this. Bro, it's all there. So it's kind of like, I know people like to direct it towards me, and that's part of just like what comes with having a big platform and having a big voice. But at the end of the day, I reckon in a couple of years' time, judge probably going to be saying the same thing I'm saying, and then it's just going to be, it's going to be in the past. But I get that, like, me doing this right now while the case is still open looks crazy, but these lyrics been out, these theories been out, and the point of the video is not, I'm saying like Durk should be convicted because he definitely did this. It's saying these are all of the theories on the internet, and this is my personal opinion based on reading everything that happened.
Do you remember when I said that, like about how when my mum came to me and said, if Durk is a millionaire, why on earth is he orchestrating bodies and that? And I said to you, like, remember, like, I had to explain to her that people haven't necessarily, like, I haven't been through my brother being killed and 7 to 20 friends being killed and then people on the internet laughing and that. And then I had to kind of understand that, like, I would probably have some of the same feelings as Durk is having in terms of them vengeful thoughts, but I'm not necessarily going to go and get 6 people killed for that. You get what I'm saying? So I do understand what you're saying, but I understand from Durk's side to say, yo, I'm a millionaire and it's going to cost me 50 back. Like,
you bought them bodies for the low.
That's what I was about to say. Like, it's going to cost me 100. I got to put 100 grand into the streets to get all the main people I care about wiped out.
He was looking for people to
he was recruiting.
Out, really.
He was looking for people to take out. Yeah,
it was like, we got Smashville GDs, any GD. Who can you get?
Yeah. I did think he went. I did think he started to like get a bit gassed with it. Like, but I feel like all the killers get like that. Like King Von started to get gassed with it.
Yeah, fully. I think the Duck thing. I think Von was very, very all over that. People say put up the money for it. He was claiming it. He did a video with the fake King Von actor getting killed 6 months before, which is mental. I think that Durk. I think the real sad thing is that, like, you're right, and we can give Durk sympathy and say, like, bruh, we don't know what it's like to lose your brother, lose your friend, lose 30 cousins, friends, whatever, to the streets. But also, as a society, that don't give you a pass.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Don't give you a pass. If you kill my wife, cold-blooded murder, I can't actually come and just murk you and blow your brains out next day, premeditated. I'm going to jail. That's unfortunately the society, and the whole reason for that is to try and stop the cycle of violence. Because I've seen people on Reddit talking about posting really sad pictures of like Von's kids and Duck's kids and being like, are they going to grow up and kill each other? Is that really the legacy that these guys have left behind? Like Durk's kids, the kids of these people, Stefan Mack, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these young guys have had kids, people that Durk allegedly had something to do with taking out. The cycle continues, that might be someone in Durk's family might end up paying for that down the line. And really, the right thing to do is to punish that. Durk, we don't know what it's like to go through what Durk went through, but then also Durk don't know what it's like to have nothing and throw it away. Durk had everything to throw away, right? So it's like Durk really had a once in a lifetime blessing that you should have held on to and not thrown away like that. And the thing that touched me was like the amount of times that Durk said in his career, like, I was so hurt by my father being away from me, being snitched on from being a drug dealer. It hurt me. I don't want to do that to my kids. He's doing that to his kids in a different way. And sadly, it's the slide for Von comments that got to him. It's having all these people around him. Really, all the killers in his crew, the DDs, they're looking at him like, yo, where's the green light? We're ready. They want to push it. And really, Durk should have had the sense to not get egged on. Like, well, we're not slided. There ain't no slide for Von. We're staying alive and staying around for, what, has he got 11 kids or something crazy? Yeah, ridiculous. Tons of kids. And it's really sad, he's might end up doing what his father did, not being around. And it's all well and good. He's got unlimited money to send the family, set them up for life, but nothing really replaces your father not being there for you. And then Durk's kid's growing up without a father, and what's that going to lead to? So it's very sad, and I feel like we need to be able to have these conversations. You know, it can't just all be like, yeah, gang, gang, bang, bang, like Durk, yeah, slide on the ops, OTF.
I totally agree. And I also feel like, as a public figure like Durk is, and a big rapper like that, I feel like you do have some responsibility to say, like, not just turn Muslim when you know it's coming. Like, start actually, like, bro, it was 2020 was the other day, bro. Like, King Von came out and had a big opportunity and blah blah, and like, you even allowed him to just keep going mad and that. You get what I'm saying? So I do feel like there's got to be some kind of like punishment, or kind of what's the consequence for Durk's actions. I do believe that still. You get what I'm saying? And
it's a deterrent, really, to just set the record to say, like, bro, you don't go becoming a millionaire rapper and paying your friends to kill people. We're not having that in society.
Yeah.
We're not having it.
I agree.
And, you know, like, me and you go to the studio with some rappers, and it's just like, oh, well, if your friend got killed, you can slide and shoot the place up, and if someone gets killed in the crossfire, well, they were trying to kill Quando. Oh, Quando was there in a fight with Von. Like, oh, like, no one deserves to have any of this happen to them. We're gonna have to spit you away. That's the way I see it. And don't get me wrong, I like Durk's music. He's probably a cool guy to chill with.
Speaking of music, wait there, question. Speaking of music, I haven't even got into my questions like that, but I'm probably doing this as I go on. Speaking of music here, I've noticed the music you kind of like is the death, destruction, drill music. Be honest, you do, slyly. So what I'm saying is, yeah, with you enjoying that music, how I don't understand the balance, because like 1 minute you'll be turning up to murder, kill, yeah, which we all do. I'm not saying, but I'm saying, like, I'm talking about you, because you're saying about like how everyone should be, like, have consequences for their actions and blah blah. But you kind of like the shoot 'em up, bang bang music. So like, how does that work, kind of thing?
Well, it kind of goes back to what I was saying at the start, where I was saying I really like documentaries because I like the real life stories. I don't like learning about fictional stuff. The drill music is a lot of energy. That's what gets me going in the morning. When I'm waking up and I'm tired, I'm a bit like not really with it. I'm throwing on a little 2-2-Gs or something to get me moving. To go and throwing on King Von back again. I'm ready for action. Throw those songs on. Like, music really affects you, like drugs sometimes. Like, you throw on a certain song, it completely shifts your state. So that music is super engaging and energizing for me. And then you got these real stories behind it. Now look, I'm not condoning the people getting killed in it. Lil Durk, I'm listening to Lil Durk all the time in the car. There's Durk bangers, the most violent songs. King Von, all of that's giving me energy, and it's putting me into a certain state. But I take that energy and make an amazing video, work on my business, not go slide on someone. Positive, go to the gym.
So you use it for like to charge you up, kind of thing. But you're not kind of like, it's not. You don't listen to the actual words and think, oh, I enjoy what they're saying, kind of thing. Is that what you're saying?
It's like, this is gonna sound, but it's like when I'm listening to a drill song and I'm getting motivated and they're talking about chef up their ops, I'm thinking about chefing my ops, but not like that. Whatever challenges, adversity I'm facing, people I'm dealing with, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting it by any means. I'm trying to get down the ops of whatever I'm facing that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that sounds cringe, but I'm not thinking, when I'm playing Back Again and we're talking about shoot up your funeral, rest in P, and I'm in the gym, I'm not really thinking about shooting up your funeral, but I'm coming with the energy, lifting my weights. Like, I might shoot up a funeral, if you get what I'm saying. Not trying to be ridiculous about it, but...
No, trust me, I get what you're saying.
That music, and I'm not listening to it completely literally every time. I know I'm talking about, I like the real interesting stories. I might listen to a Digga D album and hear him talking about this and that thing that he did, and it's like a true crime documentary for me. I'm like, oh, he said that. Oh, he did that. Like, I really enjoy that aspect. Like, people say, yeah, you know, I'm breaking down these lyrics better than anyone else would do for the Durk thing. But I'm listening to those songs, engaging with it, thinking, wait, he just said my man's name. Or he just said this. Wait, did he really say that he's going to do that? Like, that's actually interesting to me on a level. So I might be in the gym listening to some King Von, going hard, thinking about my goals, getting that motivation. Or I might be listening to a Durk song, analysing it and thinking like, oh, wow, did he say that? Oh, he's talking about his experiences. Oh, wow, I'm learning something. I'm being affected and moved by this music, this art that like a guy that's been for a completely different life to me over here in Chicago has like recorded his thoughts and his feelings and put that down as an artifact for me to listen to on the other side of the world and learn from him. And like, I just think that's really special, and I just engage with the music on a crazy level.
Cool. So watch this now. Let's say this thing in front of us, it looks like a red button. Let's say that's a red button, yeah? And that red button, you could press that button and it stops all of like the drill stuff, like drilling, or like all the murders and everything, all of this stops with pressing that red button. However, what else stops with that red button is all the back music, entertainment, everything to do with drill, the genre, UK, American, everything. So it's all wiped. So you can't listen to like Folio, Bloodhound, Little Jeff's Gone. But like it's wiped from the. You can't get it on the dark web. Nothing is done. Obviously, you can still you can still remember it and that. But you press the button. All the violence stops in all the gangs across the world, but also all of the music and entertainment and everything from it also disappears and vanishes into thin air. Are you pressing the button?
Yeah, definitely pressing the button.
Definitely. Why?
If we're gonna stop, bro, if I could stop the violence, I would. In a wider, I know this is a metaphor, in a wider sense, bro. I'm not trying to be like the savior right now, but like, if I could stop it, I would. I don't like it. It doesn't make me happy. It affects me like quite deeply when I learn about these young guys getting killed. This person killed, that person killed, young kids, someone killed in the crossfire, children. It breaks my heart. I don't like it. I love the music that comes out of the struggle because the stories are interesting. They're so away from what I experienced growing up that is interesting, but that comes off the back of something very sad. And I don't condone what happens. If I could solve the suffering that led to that music, we find some other hip-hop genre, we'd start listening to Yeet stories. It's fine. But I genuinely, I'm not somebody who believes... I mean, we were having a debate with Flacco yesterday, and he has very extreme views about certain things and certain groups of people. But for me, you know, I don't see the gang violence or whatever as it's a very complicated issue, and the causes for I don't necessarily think you can even blame the people involved in it. And I always try and inject a bit of that into the videos and give a pass. I always talk about King Von, who his father got killed by a sniper rifle when he was 11. That's going to have a tremendous effect on you growing up and the way that you see the world and the trauma that you're dealing with and how you actually latch onto things in your life. So I have a great deal of sympathy for that. I try in every video to really deconstruct what are the causes for the problems in this area. The Tay Savage video, I really tried to delve into the history of his area and why the beef and why the groups of people that have grown up in this area, the low end, was kind of so downtrodden, and what led to these situations where you've ended up with like an area that's just so left behind that all of this violence is going on, the city aren't policing it, there's no resources. So I've learned a lot about, I would say, like the root causes of these problems, and if I was in charge, if I could fix it, I would do everything I could to fix it. And if we lost the music, that'd be very sad, but I'd say the people are more important than that. And you know, we'd find something else to listen to. But if I could solve the problems of the streets, I would. I definitely don't condone it. I don't celebrate it. I'm not happy about it. I just have I have a very solid understanding of it, and I've learned a lot about it, and I understand how it appreciates. I understand, and I can appreciate how it intersects with music, but I'd love to stop the violence, bro. Imagine me stopping the violence. How lit that would be.
You'd be a legend.
Just like, right, actually stop the war.
Yeah,
no more drill music, but
yeah,
still alive.
I'll be screwing though, fam. I can't lie, bro. There's some hits, bro, that man.
Nah, it's tragic, for sure.
I'd be screwing, fam. But obviously, I'll press the button too, and I'd prefer it to be done. But I'd be fuming, fam.
Nah,
but cool.
That'd be tragic.
All right, safe. So this little section here, I just want to like speak to you about like your actual work, what you do, bro. You are the hardest at this thing, bro. Like, trust me, bro. Like, I need to put this out there on camera, bro. Matt, like when we got acquainted, fam, I felt privileged, fam. I'm like, this is the hardest YouTuber that's rocking with man, fam. Like, trust me, bro. Like, I need to give you your flowers because, bro, I used to sit down in 2019. I remember man had the penthouse in Bleep area. We're not putting the area in there, yeah. But if you know me, you know I used to bang out Trap Law Ross videos in that penthouse. Ridiculous, bro. Like, it was unreal. So, like, bro, trust me, bro. I just want you to know that even though you may get like flack for things and that, blah blah, bro, don't stop what you're doing because one, obviously it works, and two, it is educational for people that cannot be asked to sit there and listen to someone who doesn't understand and doesn't know nothing, and that like no offense David Attenborough and that, but like them man there, or even Louis Theroux, fam, for example. Like I watched the documentary. He went to Miami-Dade Correctional Facility. That was my favorite Louis Theroux thing, and that's when I found out what Gabos mean, which is game ain't based on sympathy. I learned that from the Louis Theroux documentary. But even him, like, I didn't like. He just obviously. I'm not saying you look completely different from him, but I'm saying, like, I don't know, I didn't really get that he understood what was going on and that, and like with you, it's just more easily broken down. Then on top of that, when you say about how you break down like the reasons why, I really appreciated that when you break down the reasons why, before the story starts, like, oh well, this is what's going on in the area, this is the systemic things that's happened in the area that's made this area downtrodden or not very nice, so now people that come from this area is not going to be in the best situation. That really helps the video, you get me? Another thing I did used to like when you did the comedies in them back, like little jokes and that in them back in the day. However, I understand in this day and age, I probably can't do the joke as much as we used to, but I did used to find them hilarious, like when you throw in a little quirky, sarcastic joke or something. I miss it too, man. I would like it, but I do understand why you can't really do that anymore. You get what I'm saying? Even like little things that another good thing about your videos and that, like you see how deep you take it. Like when you're doing 6ix9ine videos and that, when you'd color your hair like my man, you'd put the face tats and that. Like I just thought all that was hard. Like people that are seeing it with a naked eye might think it's weird or whatever, boom, boom. But me who appreciates content, I thought it was hard. You get me? Another thing, and I'm just sitting there singing your praises right now, but I'm going to continue because the reason I have to keep doing this because I don't want it to look like man just on what everyone else is on, which doesn't actually do the research or isn't actually a fan of your work. You get me? I'm actually a fan of your work, so that's why I'm just saying. For example, with the Durk thing, like, yo, I ain't seen you do this deep before. What's going on? So that's my question. Other than that, I understand, fam. Yeah, man, just wanted to put out there, like, I just think you're the hardest at this thing, fam, and eat all these other little donuts who try it and that. I just feel like they're not as good as you, blood. So just keep doing your thing and just ignore everyone unless you. And I'm your bedroom. I'll tell you if you start going wild. I thought the Durk thing was wild, but I'm telling you now. Yeah. But forget me. Who am I, bro? I don't pay you, fam. Get the bag, fam. Who's Durk, fam? We don't care about him. It's cool. Like
no, but also it's like the Durk thing is. But I was obviously going to cover it. That's the thing.
I knew you was going to cover
the Von thing, and then the Durk paperwork drops. It's like everyone's hitting me up, like, bro, you're going to cover this Durk thing. It's like obviously I'm going to. I went about it how I went about it. I look into things deeply, and I pick out the thing that I think is interesting. That my thing is I'm gonna take a closer look than anyone else has taken, and I'm gonna find an angle that's like whoa, and that's what I ended up finding through my research. It wasn't no disrespect or like clout chasey thing.
What do you think about the content creators that don't tune into the music, don't really care about the culture, nothing, and just make videos on it?
It's kind of lame. Like I feel like I'm into it. I'm into this stuff. So this is genuinely like what I eat, sleep, and breathe. I'm listening to this stuff, like all them Durk lyrics. Like I've sat there and listened to that and picked them out and interpreted those myself. You know, I do have people that work for me, people that help me with my research, help me put stuff together. But like I'm leading the charge. The videos are my vision. I'm really, because there's been a lot of people that have popped up doing what I do. I wasn't the first person doing music documentaries by any means. You know, there's a lot of great people that were out here doing that before. People like Blackie Speaks, Diverse Mentality, been doing sick hip-hop content from before, inspiring me before I even started. But I think a lot of people have got into it. You know, you got some of these like sort of AI bot channels, your hip-hop dailies and stuff where...
Well, you think the AI is bots?
I feel like the way they talk or the way the scripts are put together and the voice, it's just a bit like... Sometimes it don't be making sense. As somebody that looks into it, if I watch a story that I've covered on one of those channels, sometimes I'm like, this ain't making sense, or whoever's written this don't really understand, or they've not connected the dots. But it works for me because then my content kind of rises above. But I'm really just trying to focus on just being the best that I can be. You know, I appreciate everything you were saying a minute ago about the quality of my work. When I'm making a story, I really am just trying to make it the best thing I can make with the most passion, listening deeply to that artist's music. Like if I'm covering an artist, I'm spinning that music all day long in my day-to-day life. If I'm driving somewhere, that's what I'm listening to. I'm really trying to immerse myself in the culture and the music in a way that contributes to the video and contributes to the moment and actually like says something great about the artist. And so that's what's most important to me. And I feel like I'm just getting started. I feel like there's so many places for me to go. I don't even feel like I'm that good at this. Like I feel like I've got so much to learn, so many levels up to go. Big people that are way beyond me, inspiring me. So, you know, I'm trying not to really worry about what other people are doing for people that aren't actually into this, because I feel like there's not that much longevity in that. Whereas I've been doing this for a while. When I first kicked off with this, like getting numbers in like 2019, started getting all the culture vulture comments. But I just felt like, yo, look, we'll just see. We'll see if I'm still here talking about these things that I'm interested in a few years' time. And, you know, some people have come and gone, lost interest, disappeared, not continued. I'm still here 6 years later from blowing up because I'm really passionate. I'm really about it. Like, I'm the real deal of actually being into this stuff and caring about it and trying to make really like groundbreaking, trying to like expand, like push the envelope of what content on YouTube actually is in this lane. Because there's a lot of other really great documentary makers in different lanes and different genres, but as far as hip hop, like I'm trying to lift this lane up, and you know that's helped a lot of people. A lot of people have gotten into this with good intentions, and there's a lot of great like hip hop, drill, documentary makers all over the world that are actually decent and into this stuff too. So yeah, it's a weird one. Like,
so what do you reckon about your up swamp stories?
What about him?
What were you saying about your up? Then?
He was saying he was going to catch a fade with me, man. I don't know, man. I got to look out for him. Apparently,
is it? Yeah. Or you say you're looking to fade Lil Rug?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Lil Rug. He might have some connections out here. No, but it's the thing is though, it's you know, I show my face because I stand on the things that I put out in my videos and my documentaries. It's all well and good saying you're going to fade someone. We don't even know what you look like. You know, you're not actually really in this space. But you know, like that's the thing. When he first came on the scene, I showed him nothing but love, and like, you know, maybe that wasn't the right thing to do. But like anyone that's passionate about music or passionate about making stuff, I'm like all for it. And you know, at the end of the day, people are always going to pop up trying to do what you're doing, or like trying to get in your lane, or trying to push you down. I'm not a competitive person like that. Like I'm only competing with myself and trying to be the best version of what I can be. And like you can be the best version of what you can be. Maybe that's doing something different, or maybe that's like doing your spin on what other people are doing. But like for me, I just want to be the sickest documentary maker. Talk about things that I'm interested in. Hip hop wise, I'm very plugged in. I'm very switched on to what's going on in the culture, and that's an asset. But it's my personal interest. That's what I want to talk about and broadcast and understand and immerse myself in. It's just authentic. It's just genuine. So I'm gonna still be doing this for as long as possible.
Cool. You see how you said like they're not. You ain't put a face to it, etc. Blah blah. Yeah. You see, with you actually being outside and having your face to it, yeah. Do you see any danger that can potentially come with that?
I mean, yeah, you know, like obviously I get all sorts of threats. Like I turn my DMs off. People say they want to catch me outside, all this kind of thing. But then again, I would say actually the majority of I'd say all of the interactions I've had with people face to face have been pretty positive. When I bump into people, if I meet people, you know, I think it's very easy on the internet to be like, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna shoot you, you deserve this, don't rate you, culture vulture, whatever. But like in person, people have been very nice to me. I'm kind of overdoing interviews with people, like trying to catch me out or do the culture vulture thing, because it's kind of just done to death at this point. Like I've done them arguments and won them, so I don't really want to do that anymore. To be honest, like, I ain't really trying to do too many interviews or debates anymore, just because it's kind of tired. Like I've been corrected the record on those things, and I really stand on what I do. I feel like I don't even need to defend myself anymore. I need to just keep at it, stick to what I'm doing. Don't need to have little petty arguments with people about it anymore.
No, I agree. Just carry on doing it, innit? Realistically, if people are speaking, it means you're doing something.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the hate only started when I started getting big.
Pause.
So it's pause. But it is, you know what I'm saying, it comes with the success.
What game / advice has Adam22 given to you?
Man, a lot of game. I think like I've just learnt a lot from observing Adam. Like Adam's someone I really admire and look up to. He's sort of become like a mentor as well as like a good friend. But like just the way that he carries himself, I feel like Adam's very fluid. Like he'll jump into different lanes. He'll try out different. He's not scared of trying things out, because some people, very negative people, will be like, stay in your lane, don't do this or that. But people are very complicated. People have a lot of different interests. You know, they have a lot of, like, sometimes people come at me like, oh, you talk about all this murder stuff, and I'm like, bro, I got videos on other stuff, you know, like I got Eminem and Kim whole documentary, Kanye, Kim Kardashian whole documentary. I got all kinds of different
Dame,
stuff.
Rick Ross,
Jay-Z, Dame,
Akon,
Lil Wayne beef with his label. Yeah, the murder stuff does do very well, but that's kind of with like the state of music. Like that's kind of the era of music and drill music that we got to, where those songs are doing really big numbers as well. So I feel like I've got quite a decent variety of topics and things that I talk about. And so I feel like Adam's definitely someone that's inspired me. Like No Jumper is kind of, it was got like 4 or 5 million subscribers. They might talk about a little sports, or they might talk about hip hop. They might talk about the drill gang stuff. They might talk about the SoundCloud thing. He came up through a whole different era of hip hop, right? So he's someone that's really taught me that there's just like a lot of different lanes, a lot of different ways to get money, like the way that he's doing business. Like I'm nowhere near where Adam is yet, but like I see what he's doing, and I want to try and get to where he is one day and learn from him, and just stay consistent as well. I think for him, people have tried to tear him down a few times, and he's always survived. He always sticks it out. he doesn't let people get him down or disrespect him or like take shit from people. And he always keeps going, and in the end, people come back around because they love his content, they love what he does, they want to see him keep going. And I'm not really going to let people, you know, there's a version of this where I'm like, oh my God, like am I wrong for putting out a documentary on Lil Durk's murder case, even though everyone's talking about it in every publication? Maybe I'll stop. Nah, bro, like I stand on what I do. Like I'm not letting anyone, it's the same way Adam doesn't let no one trick him out of his spot. I'm not letting no one trick me out of my spot. To report on stuff that everyone else is reporting on that I'm good at. This is my talent that I was put here to do, to break stuff down because no one else can do it. No way am I going to stop doing that. Because Durk stans are just sad that their favorite rapper is not going to be about.
Well, how much time does these documentaries take to put together?
Like roughly like a month nowadays, like 2-3 hours doc. It's like a whole month of writing, whole month of editing, kind of back to back, so that they drop monthly. But yeah, I spend usually a month on each story. Been trying to speed it up, but then also sometimes can't rush greatness. So. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, if you don't mind talking about it, how much do these things cost to make?
It costing a lot. I don't know, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but a lot. You know, I got a whole team, got a couple editors that work for me, a couple researchers that work for me, got an amazing assistant, and I'll be making a loss on some videos. A couple videos I dropped last year made a loss. Talking like a Sidhu video, which I was very passionate about, Indian rapper, Punjabi world that was really interesting for me to immerse myself in and learn a lot about, but the video didn't do too well. Definitely made a loss on that, so that was like a passion project that I spent my money, invested my money to put out there and make. Didn't really do crazy numbers, people still watched it, I'm grateful for that, and like I'm proud of the video. Had some really crazy stuff in there that just was like, I felt really pushed the boundaries of what I can do. But I made a loss on it for sure, because the team, my time, everyone worked on it for a certain amount of periods, for a certain period of time, and it didn't make that money back for sure.
Do you have quite a few of those, or not really?
I would say maybe like a 25%, 30% maybe. Like defo, the Suspect video was kind of just on the line.
UK Suspect one.
Yeah, UK Suspect. Maybe it just made back what I spent on it. And you know, the Sweden video didn't make back any. To be honest, non-Chicago, non-American stuff often loses money. Is what it is.
Okay.
You know, it's just there's less people interested in those scenes. And it's still a passion of mine. I'm still want to do the odd UK story or an international story, but from a financial point of view, it is a business at the end of the day. I've got to keep this going as long as possible to keep growing and keep making bigger and better documentaries. But it's a little bit disheartening when you put time and money into something, it doesn't come back, you know, but I'm not doing this just to chase money and chase numbers. So I'm still doing those things. Yeah.
Cool. A lot of people that I know have kind of said, I didn't know it's from the UK. So, like, would you make the permanent move abroad, America?
I'd like to. It's mad complicated, but I'm trying to work out if there's a way at the moment.
Why is it complicated?
Man, it's all like taxes, where you're making your money, where your business is, moving your business. Just trying to work it out right now, but I love it out here. I love being out here. I love just love the people, love the vibes, love the energy, the entrepreneurialism, the way people think. It's sick. I love it. But you know, visas and taxes and all that stuff. Yeah, it's a little bit distracting from actually making videos when you're trying to work out those kind of moves. But hopefully we'll make it happen.
Cool. What? Another thing on Adam 22, I was there the other day when he said your channel is doing 5 mil a month off its back catalogue. Is that true?
It'd be fluctuating. 5 mil's a decent month.
Without, let me add that. Without putting out a video.
Well, that's the thing. Sometimes it takes me more than a month to put out a video. So it's almost like every month. The back catalogue is good. That's the thing. I've got a lot of classic videos that people watch every single month. That's really the trick for me, is like making a video that doesn't just come and go in a month. Trying to make videos that people are really into, that they're long, 4 or 5 hours. People can go back and rewatch them, watch them in parts, watch a bit now, watch a bit later. So that does help. But then also it's like, I'm almost like a YouTuber. Imagine a YouTuber that uploads every day. It's almost like I'm putting 30 videos worth of work. Let's say it's 30 10-minute videos in one video. It's 3 hours long. So people are going to go back and watch them, but I don't know. I don't really have anyone to compare it to personally, but I am blessed that people do go back and watch the catalogue. So if I haven't dropped something, there's still at least like the channel is still doing all right, and kind of I can I can basically tell. I can tell if a video is going to be like a great piece of classic content. If when I drop it, people just keep watching it, rather than it kind of dies.
Yeah.
So that's always good to see, but don't always land.
I've watched Young Thug and Lucci a few times. I've watched a good amount of them a few times. Still, can't lie. They're definitely rewatchable. How do you make it engaging for so long, bro? Because it's long. It's long, but for example, I watched the 600 one more than once. But I was just mad back in the day. 600 was my crew. You get what I'm saying?
Story,
I felt like I was involved in 600 back in the day. So I've watched that a few times. But how do you bro? I'm 3 hours in, still at the edge of my seat. How do you do that?
Man, there's a few different things going on, but I would say at the end of the day, it's just good research combined with good writing. I'm really passionate about these stories, man, and it's not really something you can fake. It's not like, oh, there's a little secret cheat code. It's like 600. Like, I actually give enough of a F to actually sit there and chat about 600 for 6 hours and still have things to say and still have interesting things. Here's another interesting fact. Here's another. Did you know this happened? Well, I've actually got the footage of this when this happened. Take a look at this. And then I'm piecing it all together with my own opinion and saying, well, look, the reason this was important was because of this that happened. There's no secret to that. That's just, I really care. I'm really into these stories. Like, I'm going to sit down. If I sat here and told you stuff that I was interested in about artists that I'm listening to right now, I would just try and tell you in the most interesting, engaging way that I can, because I'm passionate. Like, I want you to go and listen to this guy that I'm chatting about.
Do you remember when you tried to convince me to listen to NBA Youngboy?
Facts.
It didn't work.
I've got 6 hours for you waiting, ready. Once you watch that, you're going to want to listen to him, because I told you the story.
That is probably the only one I didn't even... that one and Quando. The Quando and Little Tim.
Quando's hard, bro. Quando's hard.
No, not music is probably decent, but Quando and Little Tim documentary I didn't watch, and NBA Young.
That one's hard. You should have watched that.
NBA Young, but you know what? I need to stop because
but you ain't even giving it a chance.
I know, but bruv, I just can't. I can't listen to NBA Youngboy, man.
Hardest
Terrible,
NBA Youngboy. That's crazy. Slanderous.
All right, cool. We're gonna wrap it up here, but let me just see if there's anything else. All right, quick fire ones. Give me some quick answers to these. Yeah. Okay. What do you think about like how 6ix9ine's ended up?
I mean, he was always quite a loose cannon, so it's not crazy out there that he would end up like having a few legal dramas, having a few beefs, having to kind of go to a different music market to keep his career going. He was just a wild boy, so it's not surprising.
Well, how did you feel about how the Fulio situation ended up?
Oh man, tragic, but also
bound to happen.
Completely expected, yeah. Completely like.
I was surprised he lasted that long, personally.
It's just like still living in Florida and going around these places don't make no sense. If you were smart away from it, you could see him go in the distance. He didn't want to do that though, so.
He's like an FBG Dot, man. FBG Dot did not want to leave Chicago. Look what happened.
But you know what? So I think some people do want to go out that way. He went out like a gangster in the war, doing what he was doing.
That is dead, bro. Going out at all is dead.
No, but I agree with you. We all got to go out at some point, though.
Yeah. I'd rather go out on a beach in Monaco.
No, hear it.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go out. I was going to say something crazy.
No. I was trying to go out. We're trying to go out like that for sure.
I'm trying to go out crazily, but yeah. How do you feel about how it ended up with Little Jeff, man?
Man, that's the most predictable one in history.
You reckon that was more predictable than Fulio?
Lil Jeff?
I thought Little Jeff was just going to get birded. I didn't think he was going to die, bruv.
I feel like from the lyrics, when you go back and listen to the lyrics and he's just like, I'm just jumping out of the car, first person jumping out of the car, like he really did it. I think the craziest thing was just how wild he was moving in the streets, because when everything was going around about him having 10 hats and the teardrop tattoos, everyone, including myself, was just like, nah, that's got to be cap. Yeah, I don't want to believe he's like that.
Yeah,
that video of him going out, he was like that to the end.
He was.
He went out, and that's probably how he wanted to go out too.
He was. He did loads. And I watched that video. Did you believe he done the 10?
Yeah.
You reckon? Yeah.
I reckon he was just loose, just catching him,
smacking it down, like
just like, yo, this is easy. Like, yo, I just got to point this and pull this, and it's over with, and ain't no one catching up with me if I'm doing it in this end.
Yeah.
I reckon if he was still alive, he'd be birded off, but he was moving too reckless. He was more hungry to catch hats than he was to stay alive.
Yeah, I agree. Who's your top 5 in YouTube?
Ooh, in YouTube?
Yeah.
Got to be a Vlad, Academics. Obviously not including myself.
Yeah.
It's got to be a Vlad, Academics, Adam, for sure, off the back. Straight away. And that's 2, so I got to put 2 more people in with them. Does it have to be people in this space?
No, just YouTube.
Man, I'll be watching Destiny. Fucks with Destiny. With the political, more the like political stuff.
Blue hair, you.
Yeah.
Slightly racist.
Nah, not really racist.
He's slightly racist.
Nah, he be going in on the racists.
Oh, does he? I don't know.
I think he gets lumped in with he be debating with the racists, and people think he's racist.
Okay.
I think he's more like on having them conversations.
Okay, yeah.
But if I'm wrong, hey, like, don't cancel me. That's Destiny. In the last slot, YouTube Hall of Fame. I want to say on a documentary vibe. H Bomber guy. I don't know if you've ever seen his stuff. He's like kind of political documentary guy, but he makes these like 3-4 hour political breakdowns that are just hard. And he definitely inspired me to go longer and to get a bit more creative with like my setups and making the jokes. So he is sick, but he's not really in this space. But those are the ones that come to mind as far as like people I watch that I admire on YouTube straight up.
So don't you think it's flattering that your top 3, the ones you named easily, talk about you often?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
mad,
so surreal for me. I mean, I remember first time seeing Adam chat about me on No Jumper. I'm just like, whoa, like, it's actually surreal, like, actually bugging out. Like, imagine you're watching a TV show you like and they start chatting about you. Yeah. Actually, there have been a few times, because I watched the show religiously anyway, and then it got to the point where it was like, I came up on a couple episodes, and I was bugging out. I swear, I just remember ages ago, this is years ago, I was probably with my girl at the time, just watching a pod just randomly, and then they start talking about me, and it's bizarre, and someone's actually there with me. I'm like, yo, that's weird, isn't it? Weird. But I really appreciate it. See Vlad talking about me with Boosty, that was crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
And I'm blessed. I'm very, very blessed and very grateful to be in this position. People that I really looked up to for years actually mess with me. It's crazy, and it's a blessing. But it just goes to show that what you.
That was another episode of Conversation with a Risktaker. Feel what I'm saying? We're going to be more consistent now. We're back with a bang. Just call yourself with another country with Trap Law Rossi. Get me the king of YouTube. Just call yourself. We're out here. Don't really have much more to say. But Conversation with a Risktaker. Thanks for watching.